actions of the state coordinated tax against they own and other teams compete against.
I'm joined here today by the guys from the Bad Crypto podcast. We have Travis and Joel. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hello, Bitcoin girl.
Hello. So thank you for being here. I wanted to do a get to know you because, I mean, Bad Crypto podcast is an amazing podcast. I've been on it a couple of times, and you always have super interesting guests, and you have a lot of viewers. So I wanted to chat about how you guys got into the space and like what led you there. Let's start with, I mean, give the audience some info about the podcast. You guys are like one of the highest rated crypto podcasts out there, right?
In all the universe, in the multiverse, we are in the top, several few.
In the minds of our mothers.
In the minds of your mothers.
They're the best. They're like,
my mom loves Bad Crypto.
You're the best crypto show, and what's crypto? Then they do that. So.
Mm-hmm. And where's my floppy disk drive?
Can you program my VCR? Travis and I have been friends for a few years. We're not anymore.
Just a few months.
But we've been chatting back and forth on Facebook for, I don't know, during election season, you know, when everybody was talking politics, we were talking politics. And eventually our conversation turned from politics, because that got boring and frustrating and old, to crypto. And we collectively began going down the crypto rabbit hole together with, you know, long conversations, long, heartfelt conversations.
Absolutely. Beautiful.
They were average length, hilarious conversations.
Did you record any?
We did about it. That's what I said to him. I said, dude, we should, how long until we have the Joel and Travis crypto show? And then he was like, he sent me a little Facebook audio message. He's like, dude, I got an idea. Call me. And so 48 hours from that moment, we literally had built the website, came up with the name, bought the domain, launched the site, set all the branding up on the site, set up the podcast, recorded our intro music for the podcast, released our first podcast, and by that end of that 24 hours of releasing the podcast, we had our first 2,000 listeners.
Wow, that is awesome. I mean, that's why I love the internet, right? Because you have a bunch of people who are like, hey, dude, we should record us because we're hilarious. But
we're
then
hilarious.
And people actually started putting their memes and their podcast things out there. And it's like, actually, they were correct. You know, there are some really funny people out there. So
actually, Joel and I are hilarious. Good job, Joel.
Actually, you're very funny.
We're moderately amusing.
Yes.
So you guys did your first episode when? 2016?
2008. We did it before Lamboshi Nakamuno did his Bitcoin thing.
There was no Bitcoin.
Right.
It's not been a year yet. July 18th will be our 1-year anniversary.
No. We were back in we were like cypherpunks, and you know.
I'm hoping Travis will buy me
white papers, and you know.
I'm hoping Travis will buy me flowers.
Peeling out in the park.
Do you guys want flowers for your anniversary? Do you want them?
I want to peel out my Mustang. That's what I want to do.
Your Lambo. If anyone's watching this, send them flower emojis in the comment section because it's almost their anniversary, guys. So this is important.
So sweet. I don't know what you get your male co-host partner after 1 year, but it's going to be special.
And it's going to be awkward.
It's going to be awkward. It'll be an awkward hug.
It will. We'll love it though. Make sure that you record that and film and send it to us.
Just don't let the hug linger, Joel. That's awkward.
Right.
So how many episodes have you guys done now?
Too many.
Too many.
So our numbered episode is like what? We're up to like 115 or something. But then we also have these ICO Spotlights each week where we showcase 3 or 4 of the top new blockchain or DApp projects that are being built that are doing an ICO or there's some
that's
crypto.
Up to 27.
27. We've had several Bad Crypto quickies where they're like 15, 20-minute shows, and then a couple songs we've done. So we've done about 160 episodes probably.
Yeah.
Wow. So where can people find your songs? I haven't heard your songs.
Oh, they're in. So if you go through the feed for the podcast, or if you go to badcryptopodcast.com, search for Buy, B-U-Y.
Ooh.
Or if you actually go to, we have a short URL shortener. So every one of our shows is like badco.in/, 088 or whatever the number is. But we have the short URL badco.in, which spells badcoin.
I'm so glad we've got
slash buy. If you do that, you can go to our song. And that's an in sync, and it's us being extra special.
Right.
That is correct. That is the right URL, Mr. Travis. Right. I'm very impressed that you.
That's
because when you have a system, you can remember things.
And the other was we did over the holidays. We did the 12 days of bad crypto over bad cryptoness.
So here's my question: when are you guys doing the music video, and what role am I playing in the music videos?
We don't know, and we don't know.
Can you play toy piano?
Of course I can play toy piano. Do you even know who you're talking to?
What about Fisher-Price xylophone? How can you rock out on the Fisher-Price xylophone?
That's my other nickname, Naomi Fisher-Price xylophone Brockwell. I have a lot of very strange nicknames.
Dash
You're
Campbell.
very musically talented. I was not this impressed until now because Fisher-Price xylophone, that's a whole nother tone.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Can you play the kazoo?
Oh, I am. That's my middle name. Naomi Kazoo.
That's my other middle name.
I have a really long name. So
Fisher Kazoo Price.
So you guys said that you were talking about politics, then you started talking about crypto. Was it just your hatred of politics that led you to choose another topic, or what was it that attracted you to crypto and to Bitcoin?
The gains were ridiculous. We were sitting there going, whoa, did you see this? This is like what? And then once we sort of understood blockchain, that's I think when it clicked, right? Because the technology behind it is the driving force. Now, I actually wrote an article in December of 2016 on Huffington Post all about what I thought about the WikiLeaks and Trump and Russia and all this stuff. And I said, you know what? In my opinion, you can cry about a problem all you want, but crying about problems never solves a problem. So what we need is blockchain, and we need voter ID, and we need to be able to make sure that all the votes are tracked online so it's transparent, so we don't know if anybody's scamming the system or trying to hack a system. It's like, solve the freaking problem. And then that just turned into all these different conversations over the next few months. And then really when I discovered on CoinMarketCap where you could figure out where the charts were and which markets or which coins are available at. And then when we figured out that we could go to Bittrex and go get Neo. At the time it was Ant shares and it was like $2. And I was like, oh dude, Joel, check this out. And then we figured out how to get our crypto over to the exchange. And then we bought some Ant shares at like $2, which became Neo, which got up to like almost $200. So that was pretty good.
Currently 75.
And
full disclaimer, we had some Neo at that time.
Yeah, I still do.
And you guys have your own coin as well. You call it your own personal shit coin. So what's that coin called?
It's bad coin.
And you can actually see it. It's right there.
There it is. There's the bad coin.
Ooh. So how does one get bad coin? Do they just have to?
You can't have any, Naomi. Quit asking us.
Show me some bad coin.
Always asking us for a bad coin. We don't beg you for Naomi coin. Now, one time I said, Naomi, can I have some Naomi coin? No.
We distributed about 1.5 billion bad coin, and we did an airdrop.
That's a billion. You're that. That's how baller that is. Baller.
Wow.
We did an airdrop to about 50,000 BitShares wallet holders.
Did you just say bitches or BitShares?
BitShares.
Yeah,
we put it in 50,000
all
bitches
these BitShares.
We did an airdrop for all the bitches.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh, no,
on BitShares. BitShares.org.
So anyway, sorry, we got a little bit sidetracked.
It is true. It's BitShares. It's not. It does sound like BitShares, though.
It sure does.
Where bitches get their share.
That's it. That's where I got mine.
Travis, what are you on tonight, dude? You're in rare form.
That's good. Well, it's Naomi time, and it's like 10:30 at night, and so
it is. Well, it's 11:30 in the morning here, so I'm fine. I'm
How's
doing
tomorrow?
great. Yeah. So you were saying that we could get some, and you're going to send it to all my viewers. I think that's what you were saying.
No, actually, we didn't. We're actually currently not distributing it to anyone's.
We're just letting people. We're doing the forced hodl. It's the forced hodl.
Yeah. I mean, they can go to the BitShares DEX, and it is on the exchange, and it's trading actually right now. People are actually trading our worthless token, and it's going for 0.00039 BTS, which is bit shares for a bad coin.
Nice.
That's nice. When it started out, it was 0.0001.
Yeah.
So that's grown in value.
1.62 million bad coin volume today. So there's.
And guess what? It's worth zero. So now, no matter how many shares you have, it's still worth zero, because anything times zero is zero. Miss Naomi Brockwell.
Thank you,
That's
Travis.
mad.
The more you know. So who has been your favorite guest on your show? You've done a lot of episodes. You've spoken to a lot of awesome people, and apart from me. So number 2, who's been your second favorite guest?
Well, the most interesting, I think, because he is certainly the most colorful, has got to be John Mcafee. I mean, the dude's just, he's a nutball, he's a trip, and yet he says some things which are extremely poignant.
Yeah.
I literally made a joke about him because he was coughing, and I asked him if he had a bong hit, and he goes, no, but it's almost time for my heroin. And then he strapped his arm with the tourniquet, does not do heroin, and then a few moments later takes the tourniquet off. And I was like, what? Who just has a tourniquet sitting on their desk to make a heroin joke?
Was this a real story?
True story. If you watch the video, watch my face, because I see it. I don't think Joe saw it. Joe saw it at the first moment. I saw it. I could see it in my face. I was like, what?
What's gonna happen next?
Is that heroin, Mom?
I had the privilege. So a bit over a year ago, we did D10E in Bucharest, and Mcafee came on that. So I got to hang out with him and his wife for a few days. And that guy is entertaining. He is very entertaining. So it was crazy. But a friend of mine, he has a store called humanaction.net, I think is the website. But if you go there, you'll get little Mcafee enamel pins that he's made where Mcafee is naked holding a gun. Top up. You can see his tats. And so if you would like a Mcafee pin, then go to
Do they have like a 3D action figure Mcafee? Because they need one of those.
Well, maybe you guys should get cracking on making that.
Well, I do have a action figure, Travis. I know that Joel has one.
It comes as a full set. There's $5,000 and a hitman and the neighbor, and you get them all together. And there's the neighbor before and after.
And
you have a couple of dogs. But I didn't get to answer my favorite guest, because Mr. Joel he said John Mcafee. I think our coolest guest is, we actually interviewed him this week. It was our longest one that we've had with anyone. It was Scott Adams, the creator of Dilbert. And he's doing really cool crypto stuff. So we were talking about all kinds of stuff besides crypto, and then brought in crypto a little bit at the end. But I really thought that was pretty sweet. Mr. Joel Comm, he wrapped that interview up. He got that locked down. I just want to say crypto hasn't changed me at all. I mean, I'm just still the same guy. It's no big, It's
I don't know why we're doing
this. Check out my front here. I'm in Switzerland now.
You guys are ridiculous. I don't know why I take your bait every time. You lead me down this rabbit hole, and I'm like, all right, I'm following. But that's a good question. So Google, Facebook, Twitter, they have not been kind to crypto recently. Countries like South Korea have banned ICOs. There are lots of things going down. I think people are getting scared of the power that crypto has. So are you guys worried about the future of your podcast if more and more like advertising gets curtailed, and if government gets stricter with regulations?
No.
Period. No. Yeah. Well, we never make recommendations about coins. We've never one time told anybody that they should go buy or do anything. We do your own research. The whole point on this for us has always been, hey, look, think for yourself, right? Is this interesting to you? Cool. Well, if you like what we're talking about, then go find some other sources, dive down the rabbit hole, and then come to your own conclusions. Because I think in a lot of ways, school doesn't teach people how to be critical thinkers. They teach people how to be fact regurgitators.
Yeah.
Here's what we want you to know. Learn that. Repeat it on the test, and then you'll get an A, right? So it creates these little drone bots. And so you need the people got to break out of that system and become critical thinkers. And that's really what it's all about for us. And if the show were to go away, you know what? Joel and I would still be good friends. We'd probably find some other podcast.
We would do another show. We would take one of our other hobbies. For example, both Travis and I have taken up knitting. So we would just, it would be the bad knitting podcast.
That
Instead of
would
being
be
the
so
blockchain blockheads, we'd be the nitwits.
That's true.
Right. Because you can teach people about different knots and different stitches that you're doing.
Knit 1, purl 2, or should you really purl 3? Talk about it.
Sounds like you actually know about knitting, Joel.
I am a nitwit.
Really?
That's great.
No, I don't know anything about knitting.
So true. One of my favorite hobbies is sitting on the toilet and surfing the internet on my phone.
Okay,
so
let's
I'm doing a podcast around that.
Okay, we're just going to stop that line of questioning right there. Just stopping that.
He's good at knitting. I'm good at surfing on the internet on the toilet.
So the question is,
you are the poop master.
oh, guys. I don't know why I invited you on this.
You can't take us anywhere, but you want to take us everywhere. I know how it is.
So what do you see in the future for Bitcoin, for other cryptocurrencies, and blockchain tech? Like, what does the future look like to you guys?
It's so bright that I have to wear shades.
Yes.
Blockchain's here to stay. Look, we know that it's not about Bitcoin. We know it's about blockchain technology, which is in at the same time revolutionary and simple, right? The concept of itself of this, it's really just a database, right? But it's a sophisticated database that is accurate. And finally, we have a system, a database system that is accurate. And I think we're going to see more and more disruption by hundreds of different verticals that are going to use blockchain to better track and transact what they do, and hopefully it will end up saving a lot of money. It'll save a lot of problems that people have now in the real world, and it's the next thing. It's not going away. I don't care what governments do. Blockchain is here to stay.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, let me ask you this: how often do criminals listen to the rules?
Yeah.
Right. And so they say no more guns, and guess what? Criminals still have guns. So they don't just immediately go, oh my God, well, there's a rule now. I got to stop being a criminal.
There's that law. I guess I won't go.
I guess I won't. I don't know. Whenever they said, hey, sorry, smoking pot is illegal. And I said, oh, it is. Well, I guess I probably should do that then. And then so that's what happens. So what I think will happen is we'll start seeing more like Zcash coming around. We'll probably see more Monero stuff. If it starts to get really overly regulated, there'll be a lot more of those privacy coins that take off. I think that would make the most sense. And you have your show where you're talking about a potential dystopian authoritarian type future where they're using their own centralized blockchain to lock everything down. If we don't get our heads out of our holes, then that could potentially become the reality. So your hard fork series kind of hits the nail on the head about where things could go. I don't know that we're in the position to make a prediction of the way things will go, because there's a whole lot of little points along the road, these whole little forks in the road that can determine where society heads as a whole with the cryptos.
Travis, you got your head in a hole? Or do you have a hole?
I was saying about you guys with your heads in your holes. I mean, I'm woke, son. I'm woke.
Yeah, guys.
I see how you are.
Ridiculous.
You're woke-ish. Joel Comm's woke-ish.
I'm woke-like. I'm partially woke. I'm partially. What's the opposite of woke?
Partiallywoke.com.
Partially. Just
what's
woke.
the opposite of woke?
Sleep.
Sleep. Are you sleep? I'm sleep, man.
I'm sleep.
I'm slept. I am so ignorant of what's happening in the world. I'm slept.
Slept. All right. We'll use that.
It could be like the old hot or not, slept or woke. Oh, this person looks woke. No, wah, wah, wah.
What the funny part is that the people that think they're super woke right now are actually some of the most slept people.
Some of the most slept.
Yeah, the most slept.
Yeah.
They think they're super woke.
I like the way that you're using the new lingo that you've just created as well.
Well,
we talked about politics before Bitcoin, so we're very, we are qualified to talk about this because we talk about things.
It's so frustrating. There's just so much stupid out there right now. You look at the way the masses react to certain things that happen in the world that are framed by the news media or special interests so that they will think a certain way about it and it will play on their emotions and they just go, okay.
Yeah, and it's amazing how easily people are
mind-boggling.
Yeah. I heard a great quote the other day. It's like, you know what? Reasonable people can disagree reasonably. right?
No.
But what happens is sometimes with this politics, it gets so crazy that people get beyond the point of reasonability and they just go up. And it's like literally everyone's Hitler. If you, that doesn't agree with you on everything.
Hitler. You're Hitler. You're literally Hitler.
I just think it's an inability to actually have an open discourse about things. People take they identify with their ideas, and so they take any assault on those ideas personally. There's no differentiation between, well, that's the idea and this is me as a person. So they're not open to hearing any other ideas. It's like saying, what, you want to change me? Like,
it's fun watching videos on YouTube of people confronting those that have some of these ideas. And usually what ends up happening is in rare instances, they go, you give me something to think about. But most of the time they just, shout epithets at them, or they flip them the bird and walk away. Yeah. It's like, okay, you can't have an intelligent argument. And
that goes back to the schooling, right? We didn't get taught how to do critical thinking. We got taught what to think, not how to think. And so now we've got these generations of people who have been taught what to think, and they've never really fully examined or gone down the rabbit holes for themselves. That's what I'd say is like, don't trust anyone else to do your research for you in life. You have to do your own research. You have to make your own opinions, because assumptions and narratives rule the way assumptions, narratives, and dogma rule the way that you think about the world.
And
some of those even broken.
Katma too.
Yeah, Katma does not get nearly. That's karma, but they misspelled it.
Katma and dogma.
Mm-hmm. Karma and dogma.
They're always at each other.
Terrible. Yeah, no, it's very sad at the moment that people have put the intelligentsia and institutions on this pedestal and say, well, they can't be questioned. We're just going to, go with what they say.
They're the ones that need to be most questioned.
Absolutely. And the thing is,
they're the ones that question the most. I'm like, oh, really? You tell me this? Why are you telling me this? I need to know why. You know what? I read this, and this works with kids so amazingly well, is that the word because is the world's most powerful word. Because if you give somebody a reason, like they will, so they've done all these different case studies of it, like where people were in an office and everybody was standing in line at the copier, and somebody came up and said, hey, I need to make just a couple copies. Can I get in here? And then 65% of them let them in. But if they come up and they say, hey, I got to print 5 copies because I'm crunched on time, I got to hurry. And they're like, okay, sure. 94% of the people didn't let them in. So the word because gives you it's a very powerful word. So
Travis, you need to send me a Bitcoin because I would like one.
Yeah, that could work if somebody was easily manipulated with the word because.
Oh,
Naomi,
can you give me the remote because it's over there
and the kids Travis won't.
Yeah.
So I need you to stop talking about that because my viewers are going to be like, who are these crazy men?
These guys are so obnoxious.
No, the last thing I wanted to say, when we're on the issue of institutions, people are given information as if that's the story, as if that's the fact. And economics, they're taught economics as if that's what economics is in this bubble. They've never even heard of the Chicago School of Economics, the Austrian School of Economics. They just think economics is one discipline that everyone agrees on.
The bad crypto school of economics.
The bad crypto school of economics. Yeah, no.
The Australian School of Economics. That one was really bad.
What? I'm going to start an Australian School of Economics. It'll basically just be Austrian but misspelled.
That'd be good. Most people probably search for that anyway.
Exactly. Absolutely. They're like, Naomi, you're from the Austrian school? I thought you were Australian. It's like,
I'm Australian.
They're slept in their spelling.
Well, this has been awesome, guys. It's been really fun having you on. I adore you. I adore your show. If people want to check out the Bad Crypto podcast, then please go to
the Bad Crypto podcast.
Beautiful. And they're also on Twitter.
Just Google's it. Use it on the Google machine.
On
you
the Google.
Don't use Google. Use
the Yahoo machine.
Don't use any of this.
You can use DuckDuckGo.
Brave or use DuckDuckGo.
Oh, I found a new one called Presearch. If you type in presearch.io, there's a search engine that basically combines all these search engines, and you earn crypto every time you do a search on it.
Well, isn't Brave? Doesn't Brave kind of function like that?
Yeah, the BAT token.
Yeah.
They just signed a deal too.
Yeah, I read about that.
Yeah. Oh, well, you know all the things.
And the cryptos I like today when the cryptos go up. That was nice.
Yeah. Should we be
cryptos goes down, I'm like, cryptos go up, I'm like,
8,177. according to my little
Bitcoin kind of just chilled, but a lot of alts took off today.
Is it alt season now? Is that what's going to happen? Is this the alt bull season?
Well, just one more thing. Do we change the verb to Google now that we don't like Google? Is it going to be to brave? Can you just brave that for me? Can you just duck go that for me? Like, how are we going to, what is
just
Google?
duck that.
Just do it. Just do it.
Je voudrais googler.
Google, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, by virtue of being Google, they are out of control, and the censorship is very bad. In fact, I don't know if you know this, but YouTube shut the Bad Crypto YouTube channel with no explanation.
Yeah,
no strikes
you guys told me about that.
Just gone.
Crazy. So I'm terrified. Like, my channel might be shut down, and I'll have no recourse. So you spend so much time
you save your videos,
building a community, and getting.
I would suggest putting it on DTube, because DTube was built by Steam, and you can actually earn money. I was looking at some Bitcoin videos on there. Like your next song that you do, definitely throw that on there. I saw one that like $700, $1,200 on these videos that are getting paid.
So I am on DTube. So if anyone wants to follow me over there in case my YouTube account just randomly gets shut down, that would be awesome, because I don't want to lose you guys who have been awesome and being part of the community. But thank you guys.
Part of the crypto world yet? Get on board. What are they doing? Get a Naomi coin.
Exactly. I've got to invent Naomi coin first, but one day that'll happen. But it's been awesome. You guys are awesome. Everyone check out the Bad Crypto podcast. That is awesome. And have a great day.
Stay bad.
Thank you. Naomi's awesome.
We're engaged in a bit of a macro wars.